Okay, everybody's talking about, well, everybody's always talking about celebrity makeup looks, but everybody's talking about how Adele looked at the Grammys, and she looked amazing. So I'm going to teach you, I want to do a how to do makeup look on her, but it was also one of the big looks on runway this year. Louis Vuitton, Marc Jacobs, a lot of the big designers did what we call a doll lash look, and that's exactly what Adele had. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a nice matte white shadow, and I'm just going to highlight the lid and the brow bone. I just want it really nice and clean. I'm using my brush number 22 to do it with. Now, what makes the doll lash look work is a very, very heavily lined eye, lots of lashes, and a very, very soft lid. We're going to highlight the brow bone. You'll notice I already defined the brows really well. Katie has nice brows after we tweezed the bejesus out of them. Now you can never put a false eyelash on until you've at least curled the lashes. And so I'm going to go ahead and curl the lashes and do one layer of mascara just to kind of get them in place. Then I'll come back to my shadow. Okay, look down. Look down. Okay, quick coat of mascara. Look down. Open, but look down. Now look, there you go. Now, it's really important that completely at the lash line be as dark as possible. So before I even do any lining, which I'm going to do in a few minutes, I'm going to go ahead and push, open and look down. From underneath, I'm going to push some dark right into the lash line. So when those lashes are laying against her lashes, there'll be no skin showing. Using my number 41 brush. Just pushing some black matte shadow. Into the lash line. Okay, now, this crease wants to be defined but not super dark because it's all about the lashes and the lash line. Oh, there it is. So I want it to be super, super defined. So I'm going to start with a lighter shade and slowly build up to a darker shade. Using a lighter taupey shade. Wait, look at me for a second. Now you want to follow her natural crease, but be very exact about it. Going right up to the brow. So you're adding this color using your brush number 13 so you get a really defined crease. Then you're going to take that line and you're literally going to be very careful how you blend it out. Open for me. And you definitely want this interior area to be very, very faded out, because you want that eye to open up really wide. But you still want the definition from the outer corner. That's why we started with a really light shade. Open. And now we'll go back with another layer of a little bit darker. And go right in that crease. We're going to connect it this time in a V shape. So using my 13 brush, making a V so that the outer end of the lid closes. You don't want to leave it open. Look straight ahead. Okay, now close. Now doing the other side. Open for me. Look down. Okay, I want to reinforce, because I can, close, where I highlighted, just because it's so important on this look. And so whenever it's so important, I'll always go back after the mid-tone to reinforce the highlights more prominent. Patting it on to get more color versus wiping. Now, as I said, this can be a really strong lash line to this, and even the lashes we're using are going to be heavier at the lash line than usual, because that's part of what makes the doll look. It's actually a look that Adele sports most of the time. It's kind of her signature look. She just had a more refined version of it the night of the Grammys. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to line the eye with black eyeliner. Now, you want it to be a pretty strong line because you need a lot of, open and look down, you need a lot of definition and boldness at the lash line, but don't get too wide. We can always go back and widen it after the lashes are on, because we are actually going to do a little bit of liquid or gel on top of the lashes when we're done, the band of the lashes. Remember, you want it to get a little wider to the outer edge without exactly making a cat eye. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and set that liner a little bit with just a shadow over it using my number 42 brush. Open and look down. Now we're going to take our lashes, and notice compared to a lot of them, see where this is very dense, the lash line, this is very sheer and sparse. You want that denseness in order to create the doll lash look. Measuring it to make sure the width is going to be correct. It is. Applying glue to the lash line. Kind of rolling it and let the glue dry a bit. Letting that dry. Grabbing the other lash, doing the same thing. Open and look down. Girl, your false lashes you had on when you came in are going to be nothing compared to this. You got the special lash. Okay. Now I'm going to take my number 42 brush and I'm going to line her lid with a gel or liquid. Look down and over that way. There you go. Like I said at the very start, you want a lot of definition at the lash line. You want to just barely wing it out. We're not trying to create an Audrey Hepburn wing. Look down for me. Now I like to make sure that we're nice and clean underneath the eye, which we should be. So I'm just going to take a tiny bit, clean it off. Using my brush number 54, I'm applying concealer right underneath the eye. I'm using a larger brush because I've got just a general area, not specific darkness. Using my number 53, just getting rid of a couple imperfections. Temporary imperfections. Now, once again, this is one of those looks where she's very matted down skin. Look up for me. So I'm going to go ahead and use a highlight powder underneath the eye. A little bit of pop. Then I'm going to use a powder puff to set the rest of the face. Open. A little bit moisture. Everybody has the most chapped lips up here. Now, this look needs to be very naked underneath, but I don't want the top lid to have no connection to the bottom. So I am going to go ahead, look up, and then in the outer corner, just give it a little bit of mid-tone with my number 13 brush to create that connection. Put it down. Okay. Taking my matte white highlight, look up, and going all around the inside corner with my number 14 brush. Look down. I just add a little more to reinforce that highlight. take a little mascara and blend her lashes up into the false. Be careful just to get her lashes up into the base of the false, because you don't want, and that's why you choose a pretty heavy lash, you don't want this lash to look mascaraed. You want it to look like wispy doll lashes. So I don't want to put mascara on the end of the lash. And we're going to do a little definition along the cheekbone, a little bit of bronzer, not a lot of color to it, because remember it's a very doll, China doll look. Smile for me. Okay, really? Using my number 73 brush, I'm adding a little definition along the cheekbone. I'm keeping it pretty minimal because, once again, she's supposed to look like a doll, China doll, with her doll lashes. So the face stays pretty pale. And if you'll notice, anytime you see Adele, she's got that kind of look to her, where she's just got definition with not a lot of color. Now to finish up the eye, I'm going to line the inside wet tissue with a white eyeliner pencil, once again, to reinforce the China doll look. So that her doll lashes look like doll lashes. Okay, look up. Okay, now I'm going to blot off the balm I put on her lips. You could go with a dark lip, but that's really not what this look is all about. As I'm sure you've seen, Adele never wears a really dark lip color. Grammy, she didn't wear dark lip color. I am going to just slightly conceal the edge of her lips away, just to create a little more nude effect. But I am going to line Adele always has a very precise lip line. Just using a very pale lip liner with a hint of lip color to it. God, with that white, it really does make her eyes look like doll eyes. How blue and round they are. And the white makes them look slightly glassy. Either that or you're high. No, I'm just kidding. Filling in slightly, I'm going to blend it out. Then taking a slightly pink nude. Slightly pink nude lipstick. Once again, reinforcing that doll-like appearance. Straight off the runways of Gucci and Louis Vuitton. I'm sorry, Louis Vuitton and Marc Jacobs, which is kind of ironic since he designs for both, that both shows had the same look. Sorry. I was struck by the irony suddenly. A little bit of a shimmery gloss. There you have it. You can see that, once again, the look was all about doll lashes. She definitely has the doll lashes. Adele at the Grammys had very, very, very clean porcelain skin with those thick doll lashes. It's about not a lot underneath the eye, heavy top lash line, and then a really soft, soft lip.